Hi YouTube, this is Evie. Welcome back to my channel, and today I have another video for you all. I'm actually going to be doing a wig review today, which I haven't done in a very long time. I'm going to be unboxing slash reviewing slash just generally showing you guys and comparing a wig that I received from DonaLove Hair. Now, just a fair warning slash disclaimer for everybody, I did receive this wig for free, knowing that I would do a review in exchange for the wig. However, if you guys have been on my channel for any length of time, you know that I don't just play nice with companies in exchange for like review items. I don't play that game at all. It doesn't make any sense to me to do. I try as best as I can to give a full, complete, and honest review, and as well as I can answer any questions in a full, honest, and complete manner. So that is what we're going to be doing today. This is specifically going to be a lace front wig, which is the first lace front wig I have ever purchased. So that is like really exciting. I've never had one before. I'm going to be, again, talking about the wig and showing it to you guys, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Lace front wigs do tend to be more expensive wigs. What a lace front wig actually is, it's a wig that has a lace cap at the front. There are different degrees of lace fronts. Some of them just have lace around the hairline, which tend to be the slightly cheaper ones, and then the more expensive wigs have lace going farther back down the wig. This also includes full lace wigs as well. Advantage of having a lace wig is, rather than like a standard wig cap where the wig is sewn in wefts into the wig, the hair is actually sort of individually sewn in to the lace, which allows you to customize the part of the wig depending on the type of lace that you're using, and generally have something that matches your hairline as opposed to having a straight block across the top. Now, generally, a straight front across the top here is not going to be a big deal if you have a wig that has bangs on it, but if you want something that has very side swept bangs, or has bangs with a widow's peak, or has just generally like no bangs at all, it's really hard to accomplish that in a realistic way without using a lace front wig. Lace front wigs are also able to be worn for a lot longer periods of time if we use them with lace front wig glue or with tape. I'm not going to be doing that in this video because I don't generally wear wigs for that long, but if it ends up working out really well, I might, so we'll see. As far as I can tell, they are based in China. They do not ship from the US. The package that I received was shipped from China, although I did get overnight shipping, so it would arrive really quickly to my house. I don't know if that's something they do standard for all of their customers, or because this was something that was in exchange for a review, that was just like a special case for me. But they are based in China, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything about the quality. You can have wigs that are like eBay wigs from China that are like way higher quality than something you might get from like Gothic Lolita wigs, even though that shop is based in the US. It is somewhat of a crapshoot, which is part of the reason why I want to do this review, right? Because when you're ordering something from overseas, you don't always know the kind of quality you're gonna get, especially if you were talking about a lace front wig, which is going to be in the $100 range. Specifically, DonaLove hair wigs are going to be anywhere from about $90 for like more of a shoulder length sort of bob shaped cut, all the way up to the mid hundreds for a longer waist length up to hip length wig. In addition to their synthetic wigs, they do also have real human hair wigs. The one that I received is a synthetic hair wig. Now, there are a few other things that I want to talk about before I actually show the wig. The first thing is going to be heat resistance. Having heat resistance in a wig, especially if you plan on wearing it frequently, is really important. Typically, you're going to want to use the lowest setting on either your curling iron or your straightener, depending what you're doing with the wig, in general, no matter what it says it is safe for. I have had wigs that say they're safe up to, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and even then I use, at least, like at the very most, I will use like 300 degrees, because you can never really be sure. It is better to err on the side of caution the same way you would with your real hair in order to preserve the wig. The wigs that I've seen from DonaLove Hair and the wig that I received, checking on the actual like description for it on the website, it doesn't say specifically what heat it is safe up to. It just says that it is a high temperature synthetic wig. So if I were to straighten this wig, I may do it in this video, depending on what it looks like out of the bag. it is going to be something I will use on the very lowest heat settings, and if I need to go up from there, I will do so, but I don't think I've ever had a synthetic wig that I've had to straighten on more than the 200 to 300 range on my straightener. Like, I've never had anything that's required, like, heavy duty heat before. Something else I do want to mention about straightening your wigs is that if you have a synthetic wig, especially, certain wigs, I'm not going to say all wigs, if it is something that is a really, really high temperature wig, like if it's in that 350 range, heating it and using a straightener or a curling iron on it can actually be conditioning for your wig, because basically what it's doing is it's like very lightly almost like melting the like plastic on the outside, because it's basically what a synthetic wig is like fancy plastic that pretends to be hair, and that will actually heat the fiber up and it'll remove frizziness from it and it'll get it to lay straighter, obviously. So if I have a wig that is frizzy, even if it doesn't need to be straightened, it kind of just needs a light conditioning, what I will do is I will heat up the straightening iron, and without actually closing it over any of the hairs, I will run it over the top of the wig like this, sort of like you're trying to brush away any flyaways, and typically that will remove any static, it will remove any frizziness from my hair. I've had very few exceptions to this rule. If it is a nice wig to begin with, that should work. However, again, if it's an eBay wig or it is a wig that is extremely frizzy or extremely tangled, that technique is not going to work, and it may even make your situation worse. But without further ado, I am going to get into actually showing you guys the wig. This is the box that it came in. It is this little like blue box. I will probably save this to actually store the wig in, which will help it keep its shape. Then on the inside, this is what it looks like. This is the wig itself, and then this is actually a wig comb, which I am like oddly excited about because I wasn't expecting it at all. I'm gonna go ahead and open it now because I'm like super stoked about this like wig comb, because I've purchased wig combs from wig stores before. I've had them from other companies, and like they're all shitty and they break, but like this is like a very wide wig comb, which is good. It's plastic bristles, which is what you want to use. If you've never used a synthetic wig before, you don't know how that works, you should always use something that has wide plastic bristles rather than something like a natural hair brush, because that's just how the fibers work. Like, the fibers don't mesh with a natural fiber like brush the same way real hair does. That's just like a point of life for a synthetic wig. So having a like wig specific comb is really important for the life of the wig, and I'm really glad that they provided this because it's going to be really important for actually maintaining this wig. Now I'm just going to take the wig out. I'm not going to actually take it out of the package yet because I want to make sure there's not anything else in here first. Oh, they did actually, speaking of storing the wig, they did actually provide a bag that you can use for the wig, which is really nice because this actually doesn't look like the kind of bags that my other wigs have come in, which are meant to be resealable. This I'm actually going to be using for storing the bag, which is really nice. This will keep all of the fibers nice and not tangled. And as always, there is a wig cap. This is actually flesh colored, which I don't actually own any of. All of my wig caps are black, so I'll see what works best with this particular wig. Typically, I wear a black wig cap because my natural hair is black and all of the wigs that I own are black, so I don't have any reason really to wear any other color of wig. And very, very last final thing is basically a little card that says the color, length, and style of the wig that they sent me. So if you want to see that, that's what that is. And that is basically everything that's in here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the wig. And as far as I can tell, this is pretty much everything that I was expecting it to be, which is good. You don't want to get sent the wrong wig. See how the fibers feel. It's in netting, which is what is really, really good for wig storage. Even if you don't keep it in a bag, you should keep the netting that it comes in like this, because this is what will keep all of the fibers in place, especially if you have a new wig that has like curl to it. All the netting is going to be really important for having the curl maintain its shape, or conversely, if you have straightened a wig, helping the wig maintain its general straightness. I'm just going to take this off. And right off the bat, I noticed this wig is like, first of all, yes, the fibers are really nice. I would say this isn't as soft maybe as some of my other wigs that I own. Like I have, so the other primary wigs that I own, and I'm going to do a comparison between them like actually like on camera in a minute, is I own wigs from Epic Cosplay, and I own both the classic style and the, I don't know what they call it, but there's a classic style, and then they have, oh, silky, that's what it's called. They have the classic style from Arda, and then there's the silky style, and I own all of those, so I know those fibers really, really well. I would say that the Epic Cosplay fibers are, they're sort of like halfway between the Arta Classic fibers and the silky fibers. I would say the silky fibers are like the softest fibers of all of them, but they are the shiniest. I would say the shine level on this is actually like very natural, so it definitely is more in line with my Epic Cosplay wigs than it is with like the shinier Arta wigs. And it's not necessarily even a bad shine. It's a very like nice, natural, like realistic human hair type of shine, even though this is not a human hair wig. Now, last piece that is very important is this lace here on the front. This is flesh colored, and basically what you do, and I'll do this off camera because I'm not going to be able to do it on camera while I'm talking, is you cut around the perimeter of this lace, and then once you actually put it on your head, it is supposed to create the illusion of a hairline that does not really exist. But as I said before, I'm going to do a little video side-by-side comparison of the fibers of this wig with the fibers of some of the other wigs that I own. I'm going to be comparing this to is going to be my Epic Cosplay wig, or one of them at least. This is the Thea style. They have all the same fibers for all of their wigs, so basically if it's any Epic Cosplay wig, it should be somewhat similar to this. I have also straightened this particular wig before. I did a little experiment with it once where I tried to give it like body wave type curls, and that did not go well, so I had to kind of retire it for a while. And then I finally worked up the patience to like completely re-straighten it, and it's just, it is a wig that I have a complicated relationship. It looks good sometimes, and other times it looks like a hot mess, and that's not Epic Cosplay's fault, that is my fault. So, out of the bag, this is what an Epic Cosplay wig looks like. It is, I would say, like my comparison just right off the bat, that these are similar in terms of shine level is pretty accurate. Again, this one was straightened before, and I did like mess it up pretty badly trying to do a styling thing on it. So this one is a bit more frizzled than this one is, but that is not the fault of Epic Cosplay. But I think they have a very similar shine level. If you own an Epic Cosplay wig, you will know what I mean, and this is very similar. I would also say that the texture between these two is very similar as well. Now, I am also going to compare, just for the sake of knowing, one of my Arta Silky wigs, because I think that the classic Arta wig is similar enough to a Epic Cosplay wig that it's not going to make a lot of difference on camera in terms of shine level, which is sort of the important part if you're going to be using this for taking photos or wearing on video or cosplay or what have you. This is my probably most worn wig that I own. This is the Natasha wig, which I put in pigtails all the time. I do lots of stuff with it. I would say that the fibers are a lot softer than the DonaLove one is. And again, they actually have more of a similar shine than I was thinking. But this one, definitely, depending on the lighting situation, if I'm not in natural light, this one is extremely shiny. So I try to wear it only when I'm going to be in natural light situations. But that is it for the sort of comparison of everything. I'm going to go off camera for a little bit, and I am going to cut off the lace and put on this wig and let you all know what I think. Okay, hi everybody, I am back. This is the finished look for the wig. As you can see here, this is where I cut the lace, and you can see where each individual strand is actually like woven into the lace itself. If I was going to be wearing this long term, what I would do is I would put concealer around the edge here. I would, make sure it matches my natural skin tone, and then I would take eyeshadow and sort of take away from that ability to see each individual strand of hair using a black eyeshadow and a little pen. But I'm not doing that today. This is just how does it look? How does it feel? It is quite silky. I think with this wig, I'm going to have a little bit of trouble with flyaways, which is sort of the trade-off you take when you have a wig that is tangle resistant. Is generally speaking, wigs that are more tangle prone will have less flyaways to them, whereas a wig that is tangle free essentially, or doesn't have a tendency to tangle, will have more flyaways to it. So I will probably end up straightening this wig a little bit to kind of tame some of that initial frizziness out of it. When I did take it out of the bag and I put it on, after I had cut the lace, I brushed through it completely, and I didn't notice any tendency to tangle. I didn't have any strands fall out or anything, so I am very, very happy about that, because a lot of wigs, they look really nice, and then you start brushing them, and then all of the fibers fall out, and then you don't have the wig anymore. But that didn't happen today, and the only other thing I would say is that this wig has a bit of natural wave to it at the very ends. And it has a bit of layering to it as well that makes it look more natural as opposed to completely blunt cut. I will probably, again, completely straighten this as I figure out exactly how I want to wear this. But I am super happy with this wig. I'm actually a little bit self-conscious about my forehead. I have a birthmark right here if you guys haven't been able to see it in any of my other videos. So typically, I have worn bangs pretty much my whole life. So this is like a fun new adventure without bangs. I do sometimes wear like no bangs in my videos when like the bangs on my real hair grow out really badly, but typically I like to keep this part of my face covered. But today that is not the case. I feel very like Instagram goth queen right now, which is weird for me because I don't normally dress that way, but it's who I am on the inside. And I am wearing flower crowns with it, and so far not having problems with them slipping out. It's not digging into anything. The only other thing that I would mention that I want to talk about with this wig that I didn't initially notice was that I was putting it on and noticed there's actually two clips, like right here, right above the temples. That has actually helped the wig stay secure, which is a huge bonus. That is something I really like about Gothic Lolita wigs. Wigs is pretty much the only thing I like about their wigs anymore. Now that I've tried more wigs, is that they have those clips in them. I actually take the time to like buy and like sew in clips into my other wigs, but these ones actually come with them, which is really nice. They're very secure. Good stuff. So that is everything I have to say in this video. If you guys have any questions about this particular wig and just general wig related inquiries, please feel free to leave that down below. I will leave links to everything about DonaLove's hair, all of my social media, etc. is going to be down in the description as well. They also did give me a coupon code if you guys are interested in trying out / buying one of these wigs. I will put it here for you all to try. I think it's literally just Evie, but some people don't know how to spell my name, so here you go. Only other thing I want to mention is currently, as I am filming this video, they are having a 20% off sale on their site, so go check that out if you haven't already. As far as I know, they have a ton of regular sales, so just, keep that in mind. I would highly recommend this shop. I will keep you guys updated in case anything weird, unusual, or unexpected happens with this wig. But until it's time, get rest of your day and get rest of your week. Bye-bye.